Hello, veterans. This is Dennis Young with the Veterans Memorial Park and Digital Library. I am here today with Remigio A. Cabacar. I'm sorry, sir, if I butchered that, but I'll give you a chance. He's from Post 5471 in Maryland. Now, this young man, he was a military soldier, a veteran from World War II and Korean War. Fought 2 wars. It's amazing, sir. 17 years old when he joined. 17 years old when he joined. All right, sir. Can you repeat your name for me, please?
My name is Remigio Cabacar.
Thank you, sir. And you're from the Post 5471, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, and that's in Maryland,
In
right?
Maryland.
Great. Now, I see you've come here for the 124th WWII
National
Convention. Thank you, sir. I lost my mind there for a second. All right, sir. So what we're looking here today, this is about you. So I want you to tell me a little bit about you, like where you was born,
Okay.
what brought you to come into the military, and then what you did in the military in both wars, and then what you did after the military, if you can.
Oh, after military, see, I
Everything.
was.
That's what I'm just
see,
telling you.
I
Yeah.
can tell that.
Yes, you
What I
can.
did after the military. See?
Yes, you can. So let's start with,
Because this isn't
where was you born, sir?
I was born in the Philippines.
In the Philippines. Okay. And then where did you graduate high school from?
I didn't go.
You did not go.
I didn't go to high school. I just finished 6th grade.
Okay. Okay. You're still an amazing person, a great veteran, sir. So what brought you into going to the military?
Navy.
The Navy is where you went.
Navy.
Okay. All right. And what did you do for the Navy?
When before I swore in, the swearing officer said, "This is what you are going to do. You are going to be mess attendants," meaning like in a mess. You can still change your mind, he said, if you don't like what you will be assigned to, because you are volunteer.
Okay. So then what brought you into World War II?
I was in the Navy,
Okay.
the Navy.
Okay. So then I understand there's something about you watched or you viewed the hydrogen bomb. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was that like? What was that like? What did you do?
Oh my Lord. They were 32 miles from ground zero. And before the explosion of the H-bomb, they made us turn around, wear goggles. And then, when the bomb exploded, a few seconds, they let us face the mushroom cloud. And here comes the shock wave, like a thunder. At that time, after the shock wave, a corpsman had an instrument, I think that was called Geiger, or to measure the millirankins or radiation if we absorb some kind of radiation. So after he put that instrument around me, he said, "Go remove your clothes, what you are wearing, and take a shower." See?
That had to be something else to witness that.
Oh yeah, because see, the 32 miles, that's far as from Washington DC area to Baltimore. That's the distance, and you can feel the heat.
Oh.
Now, if you are 15 miles away, you are dead duck
Wow.
from the explosion.
Something else.
Yeah.
So then, were you on a ship during World War II? Was you on a ship during
Yeah.
World War II? What ship
Oh
were you
yeah,
on?
I was on board a minesweeper, destroyer minesweeper. We swept mines in the harbor of Incheon and Busan. And at that time, it was during the day when we swept mine because you can see, because the ship was equipped with a pair of scissors on the side, because most of the mines are not floating. They are they have a cable to make them stay there, but you cannot see it because it is maybe about 3 feet under the water. Yeah.
Wow.
At when the pair of scissors are going like this, while the ship is sweeping, the cables of the mine is cut, and the mine will float up. And then we blasted that mine with the 40 millimeter gun of the ship. See?
Wow. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, how long was you overseas during World War II?
During World War II, let's see, 1945, I was shipped to my first duty station. Right there, is still in the Pacific. That unit was Navy 3002. See, that unit was responsible for the logistic and upkeep of those PT boats. Okay.
Wow. Very interesting.
Mr. Kennedy's PT boat, however, was not in that with that area, because from what I heard, years later, his PT boat was rammed somewhere in the Pacific area. See, that's why his PT boat was not with the PT boats that I was working that Navy 3002.
Okay, so how long were you there? You went 1945
At
till...
that time, when we were given points. I don't know how that point is for, but to me, at that time, when you have enough points, they say you will be going back to America. See?
Okay, so when you came back to America, did you stay in the military? Did you stay in the Navy?
Yes, I did. I continued my service.
Outstanding. How many years did you serve in the military?
25 years, sir.
25 years. Enlisted or officer?
Enlisted.
Enlisted. So now you came back after World War II, and then you went to the Korean War.
Yes,
Was you on a ship then as well?
correct.
What ship were you on?
USS Thompson, DMS 38.
Interesting. Same type of ship? A destroyer?
Destroyer mine sweeper.
Did the same thing.
Yes.
And where was you at?
We were in Korea, in Busan and Incheon Harbor.
Okay, okay. Very, very interesting. So you did a minesweeper in World War II
Yes.
and a minesweeper in Korean War.
Korean War. Not in World War II. Only in the Korean War.
Only in Korean War. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. What did you do during World War II?
That's what I did. I was assigned to this unit called Navy 3002.
Okay, I understand now
Yeah.
what you're talking about. Okay,
That
good.
was my first duty station. So that was It's not a big unit, but there were about maybe 30 or 40 officers at that time, and I was assigned as a messman, saying that because that was my first duty.
Okay.
Yes.
But you were overseas though while you were assigned?
Yeah, overseas.
Yes. Okay. Good. Okay. Very, very interesting. So then you did the same. Well, you did the job as the minesweeper in Korean War. How long? So you stayed in the service till 24, 25 years?
25 years.
25 years. What did you do when you exited the service? When you left the service, what did you do then?
Oh, I went back to work for the government. I was lucky enough to be chosen to work and be the chef or cook of the FBI directors. And I served 5 directors.
Very
I was
interesting.
their chef.
So you still worked part with the Navy then?
I was
And-
not. I was retired already.
Retired. But who were the directors?
The director that got me there was Captain Gray, or because he was an interim director. He was not yet confirmed.
Okay.
See, but he was the one who got me working in his mess in the Federal Bureau of Investigation. See.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So,
And you did that for how long?
20 years
20 years doing that.
doing that. 5 directors.
Wow. Very interesting. And then you retired from that?
Then I retired from that and established a friendly barber shop. I cut hair. See?
In Maryland? Did you do
In
that in
Maryland, yes.
Outstanding.
In Fort Washington, Maryland.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
And also during that time, I was a member of an organization. That organization was erected a 4-story building, and that 4-story building is housed for senior citizens and handicapped,
Okay.
and is still existing and is fully occupied at this time.
So through your years, you have done some great things.
Thank you.
You have. So you married with children?
Oh, yes, sir. I married my wife in 1954, and then I have 4 children, and she's one of them.
She's one of them.
3 girls and 1 boy.
All right.
And I have now 10 grandchildren and maybe 10 great grandchildren.
They keep you busy, don't they? So, anything else you'd like to share with us?
Huh?
Anything else you would like to share with us?
It's up to you. What?
Okay, so I understand. Well, 2 things. I understand you have a very important letter that you're going to send to me later.
Correct.
And then you have a speech here that
Yes.
possibly you will say here at the 124th VFW convention.
Yeah.
Would you like to read that speech?
I'd be glad to.
Thank you. Whenever you want to start, sir.
Okay. Now this is addressed to the convention.
That's
And
fine.
Somebody will be reading my name before I will start my speech. So here's how my speech started.
Perfect.
Thank you for your kind words and thank you for allowing me to share a few thoughts. I have had the honor and privilege to be a member of the VFW Post 5471 for over 40 years. All of us veterans of foreign wars share a bond with one another, and I'd like to share a bit of my experience. In blood and heart, I am a Filipino, but in thought and deed, I am an American. I was born under the American flag and grew up singing the Star-Spangled Banner and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance in school. And I have had the joy of serving this country in many ways. During the last year of World War II, in 1945, I was 17 years old and I walked 32 miles from my hometown, San Marcelino, Zambales, Philippines, to the now Naval Station, Subic Bay, Philippines, to enlist in the U.S. Navy. This was the start of a 25-year career serving this country. After World War II, I served on several ships of the U.S. Navy. During the Korean War, I was on board the USS Thompson DMS-38 mine-sweeping both Incheon and Busan harbors. I was also on board the USS Belgrove LSD-2 and was present at the H-bomb testing at Bikini Atoll. I finished my career in 1969 in Washington, D.C. area and immediately joined the General Douglas MacArthur Vicente Lem Post 5471. As member of the VFW, we continue to use our skills and talents to help our veterans in many ways. I am proud to say our post has accomplished significant legislation to benefit veterans, including: number one, hospitalization benefits for veterans living in the Philippines, funding for maintenance and upkeep of the Veterans Cemetery at the former Clark Air Base, Philippines. Additionally, we legislated to award the Congressional Gold Medal to Filipino and American veterans who served in the Philippines during World War II. And most recently, our post authored a resolution for the U.S. Navy to name a U.S. Navy warship after a Filipino sailor and Medal of Honor awardee, Telesforo, Trinidad. This resolution was approved by the Secretary of the Navy in May 2022. Today, at age 95, I realize I have lived a rich life, been blessed in many ways, and I have learned many life lessons. And I am aware we serve not only by what we do, but by who we are. Luke 12:48 says, "To whom much has been given, much will be required." As VFW members, we are called to more than the average citizen. We are to continue building our communities and role desperately needed in these times. So As members of our communities, let us remember three things every day. What happened today? Got stuck. There. Number one, the importance of sacrifice. Every veteran has sacrificed for this country, being willing to lay down our lives. Let us continue to do that every day, remembering those who made the ultimate sacrifice and continuing to serve those in need around us. Number two, the importance of unity. We live in a time where we are very aware of our differences. But let us remember, as veterans, we fought for unity. As we live our daily lives, let us focus on what unites us, neighbors and fellow citizens of this great nation. Number three, the importance of forgiveness. In wars, the goal is to defeat the enemy. However, when the fight is over, true freedom comes in forgiving our enemies. Almost every day, we encounter those who don't treat us as we would like to be treated. While it can be easy to take offense, let's take those moments to overlook offenses and freely forgive. Comrades, we have been given one life to live. Let us live it well. Thank you all for your continued comradeship in this noble cause. It is an honor to co-labor with you in serving our brothers and sisters in arms and this great country. God bless of us and God bless America. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.